Hi everyone, welcome back to Carrie Kirby Creates, and today we're going to have some fun using the Brusho crystal colour powders. And I'm sure lots of you are very familiar with the Brushos. For anyone that hasn't used them before, they're little powder pots and they've got this beautiful, very vibrant coloured pigment powder inside, and they react fantastic to water. So you can make beautiful backgrounds and things. You can use them in lots of different ways. But today I'm going to create a nice background that I can stamp on with them. So I'm going to pick 3 colours and I've already had a look at them. I'm using the turquoise, the orange and the yellow. And I keep them with these little, once I bought them, I didn't open them completely. I just pierced a hole in the top and it's just a piece of stick in it to keep them fresh. But I have seen better ways. Some of them I keep a bit of sellotape over the top. But I have seen people put pins and stuff in, which I think is probably a better way. But I've had them for a long time now. And look, they've lasted very well and they've stayed fresh. So I'm going to be using some water paper to work on, and this is 300 GSM or 140 pounds, so it's a good thick heavy watercolour paper. So I'm just going to take one of those out, and as I'm going to be using a 5x7 pre-cut, pre-scored card base, what I want to do with this is I'm going to cut it into 2. Now I don't have to, I don't have to be too particular. Just coming in with my scissors and just going to cut it down the middle. It doesn't have to be dead straight or accurate because of what I'll be doing later on. So what I want to do next is I'm coming in just with my water spritzer. And I'm going to spritz that over the cardstock. And I want to start with my yellow one in the middle. And can you see here already? Even some of the powder came out. And it reacts very quickly. But I'm going to sprinkle that. I'm going to put it around the middle. Can you see that lovely effect that it has? A bit more. And I can come back in again with my water. And see how vibrant those colours are. I'm just going to lift that up and wipe off my work surface. And I'm coming in with my heat tool and I want to just dry it. So let's see. Going to just hold that. Just holding it with, it's just a little tweezer tool that I have, so as not to burn my hands, and I'm coming in. So again, just wiping that off. And you see, I got this lovely, now there's still some of the crystal powders here. If I want to keep this effect, which I like very much, I just brush off the extra crystals off of it to make it smoother. It's up to yourself. You can come back in and add more water and it just reactivates it all again, and you can keep going like that. I am going to come back in with some water, but it's not to reactivate the yellow really. It's for the edges. So I'm just coming in. And I want to spritz the edges of it. And you can see that's reactivated it again. But what I want to do next is I'm coming in just with some of the orange. I just want it on the edges of the page like that. How pretty is that? And again, I want to come in and I want to dry it. And I like this kind of bleeding effect. Now you can also put your powders down first and come and spritz it with the water. But I just kind of like doing it this way personally. But if you haven't done it before, my advice is try everything until you get something that you like. We'll dry that now again. So there we go. And how pretty is that? And even just that as it is would be lovely to work on. But I want to come in and use some of the turquoise. So again, I'm going to come in. Might be a good idea to wear gloves if you don't like your hands getting messy, but I don't mind. I'm the same in the garden. I just like mucking in. I find that the gloves just, I don't know, they get in my way personally. But yeah, you can wear gloves. So again, going to come back in. And just about that much, I think. Weather has improved again here now. All the snow is gone if you were watching my video last week, which I will link up here. You'll see that there was quite a lot of snow. Temperatures have increased. And yesterday was a beautiful day. But it's a bit cloudy today. But look, we won't complain. It's not bad at all. At least we can get out and about. So, enough waffling. I'm coming back in now with the turquoise. And I don't want it everywhere. I want to add a bit more water down there. Yeah. Maybe. And again, coming back in with this heat tool. And if it's good and wet, you can kind of guide the wetness where you want it to go on the page. So if you want it to just stay at the edges, blow it out. If you want bits to come up through it, you can do that as well. You can come back in there and just going to spray the middle, and you can see the effect that that has given. It's quite beautiful. And as I want to just lighten the edges up a bit again on that, I'm just going to come back in. I'm picking this up. This is just too dark of a lump for me. So I'm coming in with the water and I'm holding this, you know, down a bit so that it won't run into the yellow that I want to keep. And I'm going to just spray that. And you'll see it just all runs off. And by doing that, I can control how light or dark the blue ends up. You see, I'm happier now with that. But it's important to hold the cardstock in the direction that you want the water to run. And I'm just going to put a little bit there again. Yeah, I'm getting more of that turquoise colour now than the, looked like navy blue, didn't it? And you can keep going with this. And you see this that has left in there? I just want to show you something with the other half of that watercolour paper. I'm going to come in Going to pop that down. And going to pick it up, and there you go. You can keep adding to that as well. I can come in with some of my yellow. Just add little bits here and there. And get a burst of them. So let's just let that dry as well. But with this one, I want to come back in, spray the centre, and I want to add some more of that lovely yellow colour in. So you can kind of manipulate it, you know, to a degree. I mean, obviously you can't totally control where anything goes, but you can keep working. And that's why I'm using the watercolour paper, because I can come back and wet it over and over. If you just used a regular cardstock or a lighter cardstock, you wouldn't be able to do this. So let's see, just a little bit there. Yeah, just taking back some of that lighter colour in the centre. Yeah. So I'm just going to dry that now again. And again, over here, going to add a little bit of the orange back in to that side. Just kind of manoeuvre it where I want it to go. And that other one, I can come back in and pick some of that up. And if you like this kind of playing around and getting messy, this is a fabulous technique to try out. I love all of this. Just, you know, let your creative juices flow. Isn't that what they say? So let's just come in and dry it up again. I've got my bit of orange back in there. I'm just coming in with a baby wipe, and I want to give that a good clean. That's the good thing about the glass mats. It makes it very easy to wipe things up. So I want to just come in and give this one, just going to work on that a little bit. Let's see. We'll add some more water in there and some of that and some of that. And you'll find it kind of pools around the side. You can come in just with a tissue. And you can just lift that off. You know, if you don't want it to end up with that line all around it. But I don't particularly mind because of what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to do this while it's still some way damp, and what I'm actually going to do is just pop a bit of water down there and just want to wet my edges a little bit. Yeah, that's wet all the way around. Going to come in and do the same with that one. There we go. And the reason for that is, I'm going to come back in now. I've kind of left it soak a little bit to just break up the card a bit. And it might be better to just come in. I'm going to stick that ruler down. I want to kind of tear the edges. I don't want it to tear in too far. That's why I'm putting the ruler there, to stop it from going in further. I'm just going to go and do the same thing with the other one. And I just want to show you this. If you tear it from the front back, this is the kind of effect that you get. You don't end up with all the white on it. So if you want the white, you kind of, you know, go from the other side and you'll see then you get the white on it. It's just, you know, whatever your preference is. And there we go. So you can either get it, you know, with the white, which I particularly wanted on this one. Just brushing off some of them crystals and making sure that it's dry. And how pretty are they? So we're going to work on them now next, and we're going to pull together very easy little card. Or well, two very easy little cards. So just to show you there, I'm just sticking the little pieces in. If I can find these, I got them on Amazon. I link them below in the description box. And yeah, it's, you know, you splash out a bit of money on things like this. Like I said, I've had these powders. If you care for your crafting products, I've had them years and years. I don't know how long now. At least I'd say 5-6 years. So, you know, you can take them out. You might not use them every week, but you can keep taking them out and use them whenever you want. And they will last if you look after them. So I've ensured that these are completely dry, which is very important before you move on to the next stage of this. I've gone and given my hands a good wash. And as you can see, most of that has came off. But if you were going somewhere and you didn't want to have any ink on your hands, obviously use gloves. But the next wash or two with that, it'll come off anyway. So they're bone dry. Just brushing off any bits of the excess powder from the top. And I'm going to be using some of these lovely Lavinia Stamps, which I think always look lovely on these type of backgrounds. So I'm going to come in with my stamping platform. I might actually take this mat away. So, I'm going to start on this one first. And I'm just popping that down. It don't have to go in the corner really, because, yeah, let's just pop it there. And I think I'll use this one, Fairytale, which is very pretty. And the Lavinia Stamps really lend themselves well for these type of techniques, I think. Just trying to make sure that that's flat and that I get it where I want it. Come down a little bit more maybe. There we go. So I'm just going to pick that up. And I'm going to come in with my Versafine Clair in the Nocturne, as usual. For anybody that watches me, you'll know that this kind of is my favourite ink for these type of techniques anyway. But because that's the textured, because that's the textured side of the cardstock, it's going to take me a couple of goes, but I'll get that lovely crisp image. Yeah, it's taken me 3 goes there, but there are a couple of little dots. What I can do with that is I can come in and, where's my little black pen? Just these little, you know, tiny little nibs. You can come in, look, and just... And the only reason this is happening is because I've used this lovely textured side of that watercolour paper. That's it, it's perfect now. So I'm thinking up here I might like to come in and just use, I think I'll use the bonnets. It's just the fairy bonnet set. So let's see. Let's just yep, pick them up. Now I could use a different ink, and I think I will. I'm going to use the Rainforest, just a green ink. Oops. Again, it's going to take me a couple of goes because of my choice of cardstock. Let's see. Yeah, that looks quite nice. Get away with 2 goes on that, and just need to wipe them off so that I can move them. Now I'm going to have to move this down. Yeah, let's just stick with the one, I think. Oops. We'll have to do that again. Yeah, first go, very good. Maybe I'll just give it and just one more there. I just need to ink up the end of it. Perfect. I'm just quickly going to more or less do the same with this one. So I'll show it, but I'll speed it up. And I want to use the little mushroom. And it's called the Meadow Mushroom. We pop him down there. I'll speed this section up. So I think you'll agree they've turned out really pretty. I just want to come in and ground the images. So I'll just tear a piece of paper there. And let's see. Just create kind of a little hill underneath her feet there. So I'm going to come back in again with the Versafine Clair in the Rainforest. Just a little ink brush, and let's see. Just starting on the paper, working down so that I can get a faint. Yeah, I just need to come up a little bit more there. And there you go, just creates a little bit of grounding in the background there. Adds a bit of interest as well, I think. You know, makes it look like a little kind of a hill. And I'm going to do exactly the same on this one. Put a bit more ink. I'm kind of going to fill this in a bit more and make it heavier. There we go. Yeah, pleased with that. So the last thing I have to do is I'm coming back in with my 5x7 card bases, and I want to pop a bit of tape on the back of these. Just put some double-sided tape on there. Come in with my card base and just center that where I want it in the middle. And as you can see, that cut down piece of cardstock and the white framing around it, I think is lovely. It's important that your hands are clean as well, though you don't want to damage the white cardstock behind, because it will take that lovely effect off it. So just, you know, get it where it needs to be. Let's come in with that. And there we go. Now the last thing I could do if I wanted, and I think I will on one anyway, I'm just going to come in with some of these stamps that I've got off of Amazon. And I've got With Sympathy, because I think these would make it a nice sympathy card. And I'm doing one with Thinking of You as well, which kind of covers a lot of things. So they can just be popped down, either the top or the bottom. I'm just going to get an acrylic block. So let's see the With Sympathy down there. Just ink it up, and because it's a new stamp that I haven't used before, I'm just going to, yeah, that's perfect. Sorry, I'm just inking it up there. Just come down the bottom. And don't press too hard. You don't want to distort the letters or the words. There we go. Yeah, I think that that's lovely. And this one is going to be Thinking of You. It's a handy one to have in your stash, isn't it? Because it can cover lots of things. Just inking that up, and again I just want to give it a trial run as I haven't used it before, and I think I might put that on the top. Very sorry, out of focus there. Ink it up well. Let's just get it there where I want it. Yeah. A little bit of pressure on it, but not too much. Perfect. So, how pretty have they turned out? Now I think I'm going to leave this one as it is. I really like it. But this one I just feel needs something a little extra in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm coming in with this, it's a white, what is it called? It's just a white Uniball pen. You can see it written there. And what I want to do is I want to come in and do a little bit of work on the mushroom. Just quickly along there. And let's see, just in her wings. And yeah, it's just brightened it up a little bit, I think, because that one looked a bit dull to me. Just a tiny little thing. You could come in with lots of different things, you know, shiny bits and what have you, but I think that just speaks for itself now, and I'm really pleased with how they've turned out. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, please like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thanks so much, as always, for watching.